So I've actually just off camera changed colour here. I don't want you to worry about this at the moment. Carry on with the thread that you're using just whilst you're learning. Okay, so you should be at this point, obviously without the change of colour. To start your next round, again it's very straightforward. All you need to do, like you did at the start of the first round, is chain 3, 1, 2, 3, because we're doing triple crochets. The difference here is that we need to turn the work round. Because we generally work in an anti-clockwise direction, and just the way this pattern is, you need to turn it over, and it also makes it more even at the end. You can use it either way around. There's not a front or back as such if you do it this way. So what I'm doing here is I'm also going to crochet over these two ends. You shouldn't actually have any ends yourself because you're going to be sticking with the same colour, but I'm just going to work those in. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we've changed 3 and we've turned it around. Then all we do is the same as before. So this counts as your first of your 3 triple crochets, so you need to do a further 2. The first one's always the most difficult. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, and then we're going to go round a corner again, okay, because can you see here we've got your first chain and we're coming around in this direction and we need to go around the corner. So the same as before, chain 2, then we need to do 3 triple crochets to create the next shell. That's 2, and that's 3. So we've got the corner done. So here we've just got to very slightly bridge a gap before we get onto this next corner. So all we do when you're sort of jumping over an existing shell, if you like, on the next round, all you do is chain 1, and that's adequate. Then it won't pull, your final work won't pull. Okay, so I've just chained 1, and that's just because we're jumping over this chain here, sorry, this shell here. And then exactly the same as before, 3 triple crochets into the next hole, which is also a corner. Just get myself some more wool. And then we need to go round a corner again. So as before, chain 2 and go round the corner. 3 triple crochets, like so. Just to remind you, as we've got a shell of 3 here that we're kind of skipping past, we just chain 1 and then continue into the next hole. So I'll finish this round off camera, and then when I come back we'll do the next round. Okay, so I've just finished that round and I've just come to the point where we've got to the end. I've chained 1 to bridge this gap here, and I just need to join. So it's the same as before. Find the top of the stitch, the top stitch of your first arm basically. Grab a loop, pull it through, and then bring the first stitch through the second stitch, and there we've joined it, like so. And that's your first 2 rounds of your granny square. So to continue on, it depends how big you want it to be. You could leave it at that size, you could make it 3 or 4 rounds. You could continue on to make a blanket like this one, and this one's 30 odd rounds. So I'll do a few more rows again off camera, and then I'll show you it when it's about 4 rounds. And you can basically as well let me know how you're getting on with these you can email me a picture of your completed granny squares, and I'll perhaps collate them all together and make a future video with all your efforts. So I'll just do this off camera, and I won't be long, I'll be back. Okay, I've just done one more round of this square because it seemed to be quite big enough. I just wanted to show you how to finish it off when you come to the end. So what you need to do is you've joined to the top there, as I showed you before, and then literally all you do is grab a loop and pull it through as if you were making a chain, but then snip the end of your yarn, leaving a bit of a tail, and just pull it through, pull it tight, like so. I wanted to show you as well what you can actually make once you've completed these squares. This is just an example. I've not quite... Apologies, I ran out of space on my iPad there. Rookie mistake. But this is the blanket that I've nearly finished. I just made a lot of squares. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by 8. So 40 squares. And joined them all together. So that's what you can do, obviously, once you've made a whole sort of bunch of those. It just shows you what your work can be like at the end.